That's not adrenaline after the play. Check out the stream right now, third person on the left, grinning like he just won $50,000 after dropping a triple kill. But you can still see the dark circles under his eyes, the way he's bouncing his knee like he needs a hit of something stronger than Red Bull to settle the cortisol storm. That's not adrenaline after the play. That's the brand of fame in esports, a stimulant crash you can't shake. Every single pro player I've talked to has the same tell. Once the crowd screams, once the camera hits their face, that euphoria lasts exactly 47 seconds. After that, it's radio silence from the organism that made them feel alive. The teams call it the fame tax, but nobody's collecting receipts for the insomnia, the paranoia, the way sponsors slide into DMs asking for TikTok content instead of sleep. And here's the part they won't show you on stage. When the stream cuts off, the lights die, the crowd disperses, you're left sitting on the hotel bed in a foreign country with a laptop glowing in your face because your manager just texted, "We need 3 clips done by sunrise or the next boot camp looks different." Your roommate is passed out from the pre-tournament jitters, still wearing his headset. You mute all notifications, stare at the ceiling, and remember the last time you actually slept through the night was 6 months ago, back when you were still a scrub in open qualifiers. That's the gap between the highlight reel and the hidden reel. One runs on caffeine and dopamine, the other runs on debt to your own nervous system. The momentum in esports right now isn't just bigger prize pools or flashier arenas, it's the explosion of personal broadcast economies. Every player now carries a production studio in their backpack, 4K camera, green screen, audio interface, software licenses stacking up faster than their training hours. They're expected to live stream 15 hours a week minimum, edit highlights for YouTube, post on TikTok, respond to Discord fans, then play another BO5 and Valorant Champions Tour. Sponsors don't just want your face, they want your entire waking attention span converted into content. I sat with a Malaysian carry last month who confessed he wakes up at 5 a.m. to film a solo queue montage, so the algorithm thinks he's active, then collapses back into bed until it's time for scrimmages. His contract clauses actually specify minimum 250,000 minutes of cumulative engagement per quarter. They call it audience maintenance, but really it's a second job with no benefits. What's worse is the way fame infantilizes the players. I watched a top-tier League of Legends mid laner, ranked top 50 in the world, get scolded by his coach for not having enough Twitter engagement. The coach literally pulled up the analytics dashboard on stream and circled the red zeros next to his tweets. He wasn't allowed to touch the keyboard for a solo queue until he posted a clip reacting to the latest patch notes. That's how fast the machine turns skill into entertainment content, and skill alone doesn't cut it anymore. You have to be a character, a meme, a story, otherwise the algorithm buries your plays before the audience even clicks play. Even the optics of success are misleading. We see the standing ovations, the trophies hoisted, the flashes of confetti. What we don't see is the quiet hallway where a 19-year-old is sobbing into his phone because his parents just watched a clip of him throwing a game last night, and now they think he's a loser again. The fame isn't just external pressure, it warps the internal compass. Every second of screen time makes you question whether you won because of skill or because you're trending, and every time you lose, the algorithm dumps you into a limbo where fans call you a sellout and teammates start rehearsing scrims without you. The scariest part? The data is already baked in. A recent survey among European pros showed that 78% reported moderate to severe sleep disturbance, and half admitted to using prescription sleep aids just to pass out before a major event. Yet no tournament organizer has added a mandatory sleep coach or a zero screen hour to the rulebooks. They'd rather sell another energy drink sponsorship than confront the fact that their athletes are functioning on borrowed time and borrowed neurons. It's like watching a Formula One driver rev the engine louder and louder while ignoring the check engine light blinking on the dashboard. And here's the most cynical twist. The players themselves have internalized the grind so deeply, they treat the collateral damage as badge of honor. One CS2 pro told me, "If I'm not exhausted at the end of boot camp, I didn't train hard enough." That's the cult of sacrifice they've all drunk. You start believing that the more miserable you are, the more legitimate your victory becomes. It's the same logic that glorifies the athlete who plays through a concussion, except now the concussion isn't physical. It's cognitive overload, screen-induced ADHD, the erosion of real relationships replaced by parasocial bonds with fans you'll never meet. So what can you take from this? If you're a player watching this on your phone at 2 a.m., ask yourself, are you playing for the love of the game or for the love of the algorithm's dopamine hit? If you're a parent thinking about steering your kid toward a pro career, understand that the dream they see on stage is underwritten by a second mortgage on mental health. And if you're a viewer cheering for your favorite player, remember that every scream you let out in a Discord voice chat is another line item in their fame tax bill. The next time you watch a clutch ace go viral, pause the clip for a full 3 seconds and look at the player's face the moment the kill feed pops. Notice the micro-expression that flashes across their screen, something between euphoria and terror. That's the price tag they're not showing you. The real cost isn't the trophies in the case, it's the quiet collapse afterward, when the stream goes offline and the silence returns, and for the first time in months, they have to face themselves without a crowd to hide behind.